I'm wearing bigger sizes, and then I'm sleeping and the thing is following me up and down, and you can't even run because it's like Jesus is Lord.
Let me introduce you.
Hey. Oh, hi, if it's your first time here. My name is Adenike or Olori Esho. On this channel, I create content that relates to love, marriage, lifestyle, relationships, dating, babies, you know, motherhood, good stuff. So if you're interested in any of those things, please subscribe to the channel, thumbs up this video, check out my other videos, and let me know down below in the comment section that you are a new subscriber, all right? Thank you. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my experience with breastfeeding so far. So I've been breastfeeding my baby for about 3 months. I'm jumping. I've been breastfeeding him for about 3 months now, and you know, as a first-time mom, there are quite a few surprises that I didn't know about. So I figured in this video I'll just share with you 10 things that are surprises to me that I have learned in my journey as a breastfeeding mom. So I'm doing what they call exclusive breastfeeding, meaning or baby friendly. Meaning my baby is only feeding from breast milk right now, no formula or anything like that for now. So 3 months on, what has it been like? Number one, these items right here, bigger assets. Okay, these assets. That's what I can call them, because you know, throughout your pregnancy, your assets are going to increase, right? They are going to enlarge in size. You know, maybe not so much, but at least you would notice a change in size, right? I thought that was the size until I started breastfeeding. It was like an overnight, it was like magic, it was like surgery, like an enlargement surgery. That was what it looked like overnight. The thing just went boom, and I was like, what? And and as someone that has never really had such, I didn't know, and I still don't know how to manage it in terms of, you know, when you want to sleep, I'm wearing bigger sizes, and then I'm sleeping and the thing is following me up and down, and you can't even run because it's like Jesus is Lord. The thing is just like boom, 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 and you're like, hey, Father in heaven, this is part of the package. It is part of the package. I didn't know, but as I have been told, I don't know how true, I guess I'll come back and tell you after, but I've been told that when you do stop breastfeeding, that it comes back, it reduces and goes back to its regular size. Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Let me know in the comment section. Number two, listen. I got upset. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday that I got upset. Like, I was just so angry at how humongous and how incredible my appetite has become, because I'm constantly eating. Like, as I'm shooting this video, I have to be drinking water because I'm hungry already. And today I've had 4 slices of bread and a cup of tea, and I am already hungry again. Like, the appetite that comes with breastfeeding, you're constantly eating, you're constantly drinking water. And now I understand what one of my friends was telling me, because she did tell me that, you know, being concerned about weight whilst you're pregnant, that's not when you should be concerned. It's when you are postpartum and you're breastfeeding that you need to be worried about your weight. And I didn't really get it, but now I got it. Because, oh my gosh, I can't describe to you, like, I'm sleeping and I'm thinking about food. You know, I'm eating and I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat next. I've never been like that. I mean, I've always loved food, but I've just never been such a big eater back to back. You know, I eat like in bits frequently. That's how I used to eat. But now I eat a lot frequently. And I'm like, why? And my mom is telling me, oh, it's because you're breastfeeding, you know, you're cold. And that's all I'm doing. So I'm eating a whole lot. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but one of the tricks that I've used to watch my weight, aside from trying to exercise and all of that, is to cut out carbs. So almost 3 months now, I haven't had eba, amala, pounded yam, you know, all those, egusi, efori roll, vegetable, okra. No, I've not had any of those things. If not, I probably would have expanded a whole lot more than this. Do I miss them? Yes, but I like rice and I like bread, so I'm still eating those. But when it comes to like really, let's just say I've cut out amala. Let's just say I've cut out solid food completely for 3 months now. That's one of the ways I've just been able to watch my weight. Number 3, another thing that I've learned is that the more you breastfeed, the more milk you produce. So even if you're pumping, the more you pump, the more milk you produce, because it's like the more your baby feeds, the more you produce, because it's like you're telling your body, or your baby is telling your body that, oh, you know, I need more. So your body is saying, oh, you need to produce more, which is so incredible. And if you're feeding on one side, the other side is leaking. It's doing, it's like tap. it's so incredible. But yeah, so the more milk, the more your baby feeds, or the more you pump, the more milk you produce. Number 4, this one I had to learn myself, so I'm giving you expo. Use the bathroom before you start. So early on, you know, when he was still a newborn, I would say, oh, let me quickly feed him, even though I'm pressed. But then, you know, he's crying and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what should I do? Let me just quickly feed him. And then I'm sitting there uncomfortable and he's feeding like 30 minutes. He's still feeding. When he was a newborn, then, you know, much later it reduces. But at a stretch, 30 minutes he's still feeding, and I'll be very pressed. So I had to learn that it's best for you to use the bathroom, wash your hands, you know, drink water if you have to, of which you can even drink water whilst you're breastfeeding, but just relieve yourself and then start feeding your baby. So that way you're relaxed, you know, you're not in a rush, and you know, even your baby is not feeling anxious as he or she is feeding. Number 5, especially if you're breastfeeding, not even bottle feeding now, but like you're feeding directly from your breasts, you need to learn how to multitask, okay? Because your baby is just feeding and you don't know how long your baby is going to feed for, especially when your baby is a newborn. So typically I would be eating and he will be feeding. Both of us will be feeding at the same time, or he's feeding, I'm drinking water, or he's feeding, or I'm sleeping. Yes. You know, I rest my head on the headboard of the bed. I'm holding the baby. He's feeding. I'm taking a nap. When you're done, let me know, Baba. You know, so, you know, some people breastfeed and listen to podcasts. I watch YouTube videos. I also respond to comments. So if you notice that I might not respond immediately, you drop your comments, but like maybe midnight or very early in the morning, that's when I respond to comments, because he's feeding and I'm keeping busy. So you learn how to multitask when you're breastfeeding. Number 6, which follows closely after number 5, is the fact that you can actually breastfeed whilst lying down. I only tried this like maybe 1 or 2 times, and it was just a coincidence because so my baby Nimi was sleeping next to me on the bed, and I was lying down facing him, and then he was hungry and I was lying so close to him, and you won't believe what this boy did. He pushed himself closer to me and latched on and started feeding. And I woke up and I was like, I'm sorry. I did not. And then I Googled it, and apparently it's a thing that they even recommend for sleep deprived moms, that it's a good way for you to still take a nap and still feed your baby. And it was feeding comfortably. Apparently it's a thing. I was thinking, oh my gosh, is it comfortable? Is it okay? Apparently the baby can do it. So yes, you can feed your baby whilst lying down. Number 7, so you know how I talked about the more you feed your baby, or the more you pump, the more milk you produce. It can get to a point where you are engorged, where your boobs are just full of milk, you know, and you might need to pump to relieve yourself. But engorgement is painful because it's full, it's hard, it's asking for a release. It wants to be emptied. Okay, I experienced engorgement a lot in the first month because I did not start pumping immediately. I waited a whole month, I think about even 5 or 6, about 6 weeks thereabouts, before I started using breast pump, because it was recommended to me at the hospital, at the breastfeeding classes and all of that, it's best if you just let your baby feed naturally for at the very least 1 month. That apparently that encourages your body to produce more milk. So even when I was engorged, there was nothing I could do because I wasn't pumping. So the only thing I could do was just to feed my baby quickly, so that way I would get some sort of relief. But engorgement was painful. Number 8, I've mentioned this in my postpartum video, but I'm going to mention it again. Nipple cream is your best friend. It's your absolutely best friend, you know, and you have to use it frequently, especially if you're breastfeeding for the first time. It hurts. You'd have cracked nipples. It's just gonna hurt. It's gonna bleed. It's gonna be dry. It's gonna be chapped. It's gonna be cracked if you don't use nipple cream. Okay, so I mean, I forgot a few times because, you know, you're a new mom and you're dealing with so many things, and I suffered the consequences. So please, nipple cream, don't joke with it. Number 9, you need to drink lots and lots and lots and lots of water. Okay, I always keep it close by. Because you're breastfeeding, it gets very, very easy for you to become dehydrated. And when you're dehydrated, your body cannot produce more milk. It's not good for your baby. Do you understand? It's not even healthy. So because you're breastfeeding, you have to be drinking water. Like, I have 2 unopened bottles behind me, and I'm currently drinking this one. So like, make sure you're keeping your water level and water intake up. And you would know if you're not drinking enough water, because when your baby pees, his pee is going to be, it's not going to be clear. It's going to be like yellow, or, you know, it's going to be colored and all of that. And that's not good. That way you know that you're not drinking enough water. So just like you know, if you drink enough, your pee is clear. So yeah. Number 10, I also learned this at the hospital at the breastfeeding class, that I shouldn't use pacifier early. And I didn't use pacifier early. I did not use pacifier for like 5 weeks. You know, the first 5 weeks of the baby's life, because apparently using pacifier early causes what is called nipple confusion. Because your baby is still learning how to latch on and how to feed and all of that, it's very easy if you start using pacifiers for them very early. It's easy for them to confuse the pacifier as feeding, you know, even though they are not feeding. And so they might not be feeding as frequently as they should, and you won't know they are hungry because they are not crying, saying, oh, okay, and you're not even eating. That's good. You won't know the baby is hungry because the baby is just there sucking on the pacifier. So I didn't use pacifier for like the first 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks of Nimin's life, and then I now introduced it to him, and I can't lie, it helps him, you know. He likes to suck on it to feel better, to sleep, you know, to fall asleep and all of that. So I let him use it, but I let him use it now because I already know his feeding schedule. Do you understand? Because we understand each other to a point. Even my body understands to a point where if he doesn't feed at a certain time, I start to feel engorged. And these days, I don't feel engorged because I know his feeding schedule and I know how frequently he wants to feed. So sometimes, you know, if he's hungry, he will just spit out the pacifier and he will start crying. Sometimes when I don't get to eat quickly, he will just spit it out. So because he already knows the difference between what is food and what is not. So yeah, that was something I learned, and I think was also very helpful for me. So those are the things, 10 things that breastfeeding as a first-time mom has taught me. I know there are lots of moms watching me, new moms as well. You know, what are your own tips? What have you learned as well? What would you like to share? Let's continue the conversation down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you again very, very soon. Please subscribe to the channel. If you aren't, I pray God blesses. I pray God blesses you, your home, your marriages, your relationships. Most importantly, I pray God blesses you. Remain in God, and God bless you.